develop it at all?
Inclusion, everyone like kind of involved. So.
Okay, so everyone was involved. Why was everyone involved?
Very simple.
Yeah.
So it's simple, but what allowed everyone to be involved? What allowed everyone to get stuck in?
Because we're constantly moving.
So the small groups. So the nature of, you've got 3 aside. Actually, everyone's got to pass the ball, or everyone's got to have received it before you can do that. That was a good thing. Okay. What did the box do to the game?
Give it like a bit of a different sort of...
Made them think more spatial awareness, isn't it?
Yeah, because you had to think to get around it to get into the end zone. Or...
Okay, so it promoted a little bit of spatial awareness. What would we find generally with a group of year 1 or year 2 students if we played that end zone game?
They'll just run through.
Well, they might stay outside the box, but they may run through it, but we try and keep them stay outside the box. When we watch primary school kids play football or rugby, what do they all tend to do?
Run for the ball, just all in.
So you're probably still going to have them all running around in the same area. You'll have the whole pitch there, and you're going to have them all there. So again, we might have to think about ways which we put other rules in to adapt that. Right. What else, if we were going to progress that to a Key Stage 2 or a Key Stage 3 game, what else can we do with the box? I talked about it over here with these guys a little bit. So, do you want to just put an idea forward?
Well, you can put one of the team member in the box, like from each side, and then they have to go through them to score the goal side.
Okay, so we could put one team member in the box, and to receive a pass or to score a goal, they've got to go through that person. What could we then do with that person in the box? What other stuff?
The way he throws it, the direction, isn't it?
So we can change the direction of where he's got to throw it. If I change the direction of where they've got to throw it, so if they've got to pass it out to the side, what does that do, or what does that mean the person who's passed it to them has got to do?
Run to the space where he's going to throw.
So they've got to run to the space where it's going to be passed. So when somebody passes it in, they know that they've got to run to, if it's the right-hand side, they've got to run to the right-hand side to receive it. If they know that he's got to play it behind them, so if he's facing backwards, and he's got to have his back to goal, and he's got to play it backwards, then that person knows that if they're going to go down that end, they're going to have to play a long throw over the top. Okay, so that's how we're starting to get some tactical elements into this, rather than just relying upon our own skill bases which we've got, or our own skill sets. Okay, any issues then with Key Stage, if we were doing that with Key Stage 1, which might appear, do we think? No?
Did they get out?
Sorry?
Did they get out of breath after a while?
They might get out of breath.
Depends how long it was last.
A lot of children can't catch.
Okay, so a lot of children can't catch. So how would we then maybe adapt that to Key Stage 1? Sorry?
Like you said, a bigger ball.
A bigger ball. What else could we do apart from a bigger ball? So do they have to necessarily catch it for us to?
No.
Just touch it or just have a go at it.
So if we were focusing upon passing into a space,
Maybe roll it.
okay,
It's easier for them to pick up.
they find it easier to pick up if they rolled it. If we wanted to specifically develop our throwing, we could say, well, they have to throw it, and the ball has to have been thrown into that box. For each person, the ball has been thrown into that box, or the ball has been thrown towards the person. So we're getting this idea of accuracy, but we're not forcing them to catch if they can't all catch. If it's just the throwing side of things, if there's a certain pass we want to use, so if we're looking at an underarm throw, then we can do that within there, okay? So that was maybe one thing which you didn't do, Dan, is you didn't specify what type of pass or throw you wanted them to use. And remember, if we're going to have very tight learning objectives, and we're going to have a very tight skills or tactics base, which we want these pupils to learn, let's make sure that we stipulate what type of pass or what type of throw which we're going to do, okay? Right. Cami, your group, I want you to set up the game you played, okay? So if you guys can set up the game you played, everyone else, you've got a chance to take a little breather, take a little break, and then these guys will teach the game to you, okay? So I'm going to give you